We do have the disaster today that the producer's lucky pants have entirely collapsed.
Yes, they have. If you'd like to show us, producer.
The pants have been in existence for 20 years. We used to use them when we did solo documentaries. They used to keep planes up in the air. They are full of good luck. And now they're used to make each show a global success. However, they have got a bit worn now. That's what's holding up that side. They did. That's what's holding up the front.
How do you know? His whole body's like that, isn't it?
And that's what's holding up this side. It's a bit like Stallone in Cliffhanger when the rope's going. However, the big problem which emerged this week on show 132 is there's nothing at the back now. Well, some people have said I should stitch them to another pair of pants, but that's taking the mick out of their superpower.
Well, is it? It's a bit like restoring a building where you preserve the facade, but then the inside is full of air-conditioned modernity. Maybe you could get some modern pants inside the facade of your old pants.
But didn't he once buy you some pants?
I'm afraid he did.
And were they not, if I recall, brown with cream piping?
They were. Yes.
And are you not in the news of the world this very weekend for your lack of pants?
Yes, but they're not one of the two pairs of pants I now have.
You only have 2 pairs of pants?
Yeah, don't spoil this world exclusive that's coming out in the news of the world. I should explain about the pants. This is when Richard Hammond was in hospital and I had no pants because I'd driven straight up there, and so had Will, and he said, I'm off to buy some pants for the first time since 1976, and I said, could you get me a pair while you're there? And humorously, he came back with a pair of brown ones with cream piping, white fronts, nylon.
Well, we'd seen that that's what you like best of all. I just have to say as well, the other issue as well is that James May is in the news of the world pretty much every weekend now, because James likes to go to awards ceremonies where he has too much of the free drink and then doesn't realise that when a girl comes over with a notepad and a pen that she might actually be a journalist.
She didn't have a notepad and a pen, and anyway, I don't care. If they want to tell the world that I've only got 2 pairs of pants and the world's interested, well, bully for them.
So the show,
yes, serious show this week.
It genuinely is.
Yeah, I wasn't joking.
A serious idea, because, as we know, whenever it snows in Britain, every school closes, every road shuts.
We're locked in ice chaos.
We are, as the Daily Mail always puts it, locked in ice chaos. And so we thought, I wonder if there's a way you could cheaply clear the roads, because that's the big problem. Is councils can't very well. Councils can't very well buy a whole fleet of snowplows when we're being told to tighten our belts.
And it only snows once every 5 years, and then it's only about that much.
Well, no, it's twice in the last 12 months. We've had what you'd call a big dump, but actually in international standards is a light sprinkling.
A flurry.
But honestly, if you're watching this abroad, you would not believe Britain's inability to cope as soon as the weather is anything other than 57 degrees and a little bit cloudy. We really can't, whether it's too hot, too cold, too wet, everything always stops. And so we have had a go this week at building a snowplow that is very cheap and which is effective, and we've tested it. And some of the tests we did went quite badly wrong, but I think you're in for a surprise at the end.
I think that's fair.
I'm just thinking, the guest this week is the only word I shall use is an unusual choice. My choice, I take full responsibility. She's a risky choice, but could be brilliant.
For those of us not actually doing the interview, it would be brilliant either way, because it could be a brilliant interview, or we could watch Jeremy struggling hideously with his stupid choice of guests, which will also be quite entertaining.
It is. Everybody in the office went, have you gone mad? And I said, not necessarily.
No, I'm with you. It's not necessarily, but we'll see.
We'll see. It was a bit like when Mrs. Merton had Debbie McGee on. She probably could have had that week, anybody, Kevin Costner or George Clooney, had he been around then. But she chose Debbie McGee simply so she could ask the question, what was it that first attracted you to the millionaire Paul Daniels? And everybody remembers that line. So the choice of guest was good, even though at the time it might have seemed bonkers. So in about 6 hours we'll know either way. If I'm driving away with a smile on my face, it went well, and if I'm swinging gently from the rafters of the studio, it went badly wrong and it's all my fault.